So look at this piece. Dungeons and Dragons can be a home for everyone. Like, I'm sorry about this, but I like to live in a home with at least 3 rooms. I don't like to live in a board game. Like, I know that the journalists at BBC are completely detached from reality because they don't care about the market since they don't need to advertise on their website. So they can live into this perpetual fantasy world where the British taxpayer keeps putting food on their table regardless of the garbage that they are producing. But a board game is not a home, all right? It is not a house. I don't want to live there. It is a hobby that I play occasionally. And also, if it's for everyone, why don't I see myself in this picture? Why didn't the BBC contact me so I can go there and obviously pay me for the privilege so that I can be in the picture as well? I see 3 chuckleheads and none of them are me. None of those people are my family. How can I play this board game if they're not even willing to take a picture of my friends or myself so I can see myself represented? Oh, they're talking about race. Oh, they spliced the human genome, right? So, like, unless you see yourself in a picture, you can't partake into the hobby. Is that it? Well, where's the Caucasian? I don't see the Caucasian in this picture. Isn't this a video game? Well, a board game that was created by the Caucasian? Where is the Caucasian? I don't see the Caucasian. Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons, or D&D, the fantasy role-playing game, has just turned 50 years. But that doesn't mean it's stuck in the past. Oh yes, because the past is literally hell according to the BBC, right? Like, everything that happened in the past is rooted in racismus and transphobismus and bigotrismus, but luckily from the darkness a spark arose, a shining beacon of light, and that was the BBC. And through their efforts, through their progressive journalisming, they have managed to shine a light and casted the darkness away. Honestly though, like, why is the past so bad? I remember in 2020 when my life was actually better, like everything was cheaper, the electricity was cheaper, gas was cheaper. I had a lot more fun in the past. What is with this obsession that everything in the past is evil? Like, was there nothing in the past that you liked? You didn't like your mommy, you didn't like your daddy when you grew up. Like, why do you hate the past? What did the past do to you? Show me on this doll where the past touched you. Jesus. After seeing a big surge of popularity online during the pandemic, an estimate 50 million people now take part. I refuse to believe their bullshit studies. Right? Like, this is a number that the corporation itself, that Wizards of the Coast, shot out. And we have to believe them, right? Like, I have to believe Coca-Cola saying that cola is the best drink ever. There's a little bit of a conflict of interest there, isn't it? Like, why would I believe the company saying that 50 million people are now playing their game and it's so popular? Like, this is not an independent source. Why is the BBC not fact-checking it? Why do they just believe what the for-profit corporate entity is putting out? Now, I would say that maybe, I guess it may have been more popular due to that TV show Stranger Things that had Dungeons and Dragons in it, and, many people may have looked into the hobby, but I don't think it was 50 million, and I genuinely don't think that the same number remains today. Even Hollywood is getting involved. Well, Hollywood lacks creativity. Like they will take anything at this point. Right? Like anything. As long as their writers, which are completely incompetent, don't have to create a universe and it's served on a silver platter for them so they can do some race swap and gender swapping, Hollywood will take it. So no, like like even Hollywood, it's just what the fuck is Hollywood? Tell me when an anime producer takes Dungeons and Dragons, and then maybe I'll bat an eyelid. Like someone that actually knows how to make entertainment for a living. So as more people join, there is an effort to shape its future to make it a more inclusive space. I never understand this logic, by the way. Like, this is mental deficiency of the highest order. So you're basically saying this thing is super popular, right? Like this thing is amazing. This is your claims, not mine. Let's change it, right? So now imagine this, right? Like, you have a car that's running perfectly, and you're really happy with that car. Like it's the perfect car, and you're like, you know what we need to do? Let's change it. Let's change the engine. Why though? Like, you're happy with it. It's going as intended. Why would you tinker with it and risk breaking it? This is what I don't get, right? Like if people like it and you're going to change it, how do you know that your changes aren't going to make it worse? One band of adventurers hoping to change the way we see the game are these chuckleheads. As well as playing the game, their show also looks at the intersection between D&D and black culture. What? That's not what makes me play a board game, right? Like, if I see, even The Witcher, like, I don't play The Witcher because it's from Eastern Europe. I play The Witcher because it's entertainment. But anyway, representation is so important to make you feel like something is accessible. Where are you pulling this bullshit from? Like, you reached with 2 hands inside the toilet to pull this bullshit and serve it to the audience. Representation is important, is it? What do you know about black culture? I'll tell you what I know about black culture. They like anime. I mean, look at the biggest anime review channels on YouTube. Overwhelmingly, black creators. And that's a good thing, like, that's fine. But, like, you know what? Anime doesn't have representation. I mean, there is even that meme where you have, the progressive saying, oh my God, Disney finally has a black mermaid, right? And everyone is happy because, like, finally they get to see themselves, right? Because I guess, like, all people look alike. No, seriously, like, this is what progressives believe. All people look alike. So if you put one of them, everyone gets to look at them like they're in the mirror, right? Turns out, not a big commercial success. Meanwhile, Dragon Ball, which has racist depictions rooted in racism, hugely popular. Not just with the black community, but around the world. So many black people identify with Goku and Naruto. Did you notice that? Like what? Why is that though? Like, how do you feel having your progressive ideology completely shot on by Japan? Probably makes you angry, doesn't it? Probably this is why you don't like anime. It's like, but they're doing exactly the opposite and they're so successful. Why is it? It's because it's entertaining, that's why. It's because it's the story. It's because it's the soul that is put into it. Like, entertainment doesn't speak to one race, it doesn't speak to, like, one no. Like, if you make something great, people will come and they will watch it. They go on and they say Dungeons and Dragons, the fantasy role-play game, has turned 50 years. They feel that the podcast helped him be more confident with himself, being able to discover new parts of his identity as someone with mixed heritage. Dude, if you need a video game in order to answer life's deepest philosophical questions, go find religion, okay? Like go speak with a priest or some shit. It's like, playing a video game is really not the way that you can uncover life's mysteries. A big part of the feeling is I hadn't been in contact with the black half of my heritage. And you found it in Dungeons and Dragons? What the fuck? Anyway, right. This is getting really interesting, and it's a lot more that I can cover in a small video format. So I'll actually make a live stream, and we can talk about this further, because I find this article to be incredibly interesting all of a sudden. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you on the live stream. Take care.